Thank you, Chairman. Thank you, Secretary. Always so good to see you, and honestly, do appreciate your work and your passion, especially in our labs. As you know, that's a special passion of mine.
See you on lab day.
Yes, it's going to be great, and boy, our labs are excited, and I know that's going to be very important, so thank you. Along with laboratories, also passionate about basic scientific research with which the Office of Science is doing to promote innovation and the energy future where America can lead. We had a good meeting last year with the Labs Caucus where you talked about the Breakthrough Energy Coalition and ways which we might be able to work together with mission innovation. I'd hoped the Office of Science would take the lead on this. While I think the gimmicks with the mandatory spending throughout the President's budget were a disappointing reversal on his negotiated budget with Congress, I hope there's still some places we can work together. The Department is asking for $1.2 billion in new spending throughout the science and energy programs. The Office of Science, with a requested increase of $225 million, is only about 18% of this requested increase. EERE was 68% of your requested increase. Quite honestly, I think this is short-sighted. AAAS estimates that across the board, the President's budget cuts basic R&D by 2.3%, while increasing applied research by 2.8%. Maybe you all managed to save some short-sighted cuts, but I know you can't speak to your deliberations with OMB. So my first question is about how we can make our Office of Science programs better align with the private sector, be it the Breakthrough Energy Coalition or anyone else. If OMB passed back your budget request and told you to realign your increases so that EERE and the Office of Science were flipped, how would you propose to handle nearly $829 million in new spending? And what do you think, personally, the labs need to do to be more nimble and accessible to the outside?
Well, first of all, let me just comment. I'm not aware of the specifics of this AAAS scoring, but there may be also a labeling issue. I just don't know. But for example, part of the proposal would be to add, even in this first year, 5 new energy frontier research centers. That's use-inspired. I would call that use-inspired basic research. I don't know how that is scored in there, but the Office of I've said earlier that in our increase, our intent certainly is to weight more towards the earlier stages of R&D, and science plays an important role in there. There are many other proposals besides the EFRCs, but I also want to single ARPA-E is also very, very important. Is doing it's tremendous results, I think. So anyway, so we will be having a strong focus there. I also might add that some of the proposal, for example, on the regional centers, was placed in EERE, even though it's across the board. It's not only efficiency and renewables. So we've already talked with some in Congress about we need to find a different budget structure for that to reflect the reality. As far as the labs being nimble, well, I think for one thing is
Can I ask a quick question real quick? So why didn't some of the basic energy science programs get similar increases to EERE?
Well, again, there's complicated dynamics in there. I think what we did is we put in specific increases that we thought made a lot of sense, including like the EFRCs in BES, which was one particular area. But again, look, obviously we're here to discuss with Congress what's the right mix there. We do want to increase energy R&D, and we'd like the increases, as I say, to be weighted towards the earlier stages.
I just have about 45 seconds left. Let me get to one other thing, if I could, real quick, and we'll keep our conversation going. So thank you. I'm not sure if you remember, I represent Fermilab. Just kidding. Oh, yeah? I'm just kidding. You hear that a lot from me, but so proud of the great work that they do, and really honored to be able to represent them. And I do want to thank you for the time that you've made available to me over the last months and years. But wanted just to ask you, how do you see the implementation of P5 going, and how have efforts in creating international collaboration out of LBNF been going? Are we meeting, exceeding, or behind your expectations in getting international commitments?
First of all, LBNF and P5 LBNF, strong emphasis. It's the centerpiece. We're on the ramp up for LBNF, and which does remind one that we hope we don't end up in CR land again, because things like these new projects, things that go up and go down don't go up or down in the CR world. So let's hope we can get to a budget that has priorities in it. In terms of international, I think the discussions are very encouraging. I've had discussions myself with 2 major countries in the last month. Nothing is signed on a dotted line yet, but I think it's going well. And of course, a critical piece is going to be the whole work with the EU and CERN as a lead investor. But I'm very optimistic.
Good.
I think there's a lot of excitement about this, and it's just going to be a great.
Good. Well, thank you. That means a lot to us. I know it means a lot to the physics community. But anyway, we can be helpful. I do know this is something that pulls us together.
Great.
Ranking Member Foster, Bill Foster and I and others obviously have met with you and our delegation about the importance of this, and want to thank you for your role. And any way we can help with that, we certainly want to do that. My time is well past expired, and I yield back. Thank you.